My Hero Academia. This is a series that this was like my first ever series. To put it into perspective, this was like one of the first anime that I got into watching like week to week. Like I really, this is the first one like I really binged, got into, went and read the manga for, got caught up. So to see the state that this manga is in now, with this recent batch of leaks that have dropped, oh my god. I have made a point not to talk about My Hero on my channel because I know with my takes that this video is going to get like mass disliked, but I don't care. Bro, this chapter, for the leaks that have dropped for this chapter, are terrible. It's so bad. I can't believe what I bared witness to the other night. Like, as the chapter was leaking, like I thought it couldn't get worse, but it kept getting worse. I was at a loss as to what was happening, bro. To put it into perspective, Shigaraki, okay, the man that has been set up to be the main villain of the show, the main villain of the manga for so long. Sure, yeah, he got body snatched by All for One, and I'll get into that after. But he's supposed to be our villain, okay? If we're gonna redeem him, that's fine. I gave up on the fact of him being a full on villain for a long time ago. Like I knew they were gonna try to redeem him. Like I accepted that. I knew it was gonna happen. But the fact that you only give us 2.5 pages for Shigaraki's conclusion, bro, what are we doing? Like, actually, what was Horikoshi doing, bro? Like, people give the war arc in Naruto shit, like, and deservedly so. Like, the way the war arc in Naruto wrapped up it did feel rushed and it did feel awkward. But, dog, My Hero Academia, like, it makes what happened in Naruto's war arc look like a joke. Like, bro, like this one chapter, like, oh my god, it was so bad. Like, we got the stuff with Shigaraki that I didn't like, and like the fact that you just relegate his conclusion to 2.5 pages is utterly disgraceful. Like, it's shameful. Like, I don't know what Horikoshi's doing. Like, that's like your big villain, and you're just like you're doing him a disservice essentially. Then, oh my god, well, this is probably going to be the rest of the video because I don't want to get in too deep about My Hero Academia because the more I talk about it, the more I'm going to spiral. Bro, what they did with All for One actually pissed me off. It actually pissed me off, dog. Like, when Deku, like, when this was getting translated and when this was leaking, I couldn't believe what I was reading because I was like, am I reading a different manga? When Deku says that he'll never forgive All for One, but that he's not an incomprehensible monster or a demon lord, deep down, he's just a lonely man. Where did that come from? Where did that come from in the story? Not once in the entire narrative, from what I remember, did Deku ever have a moment of introspection where he's like, oh, maybe All for One isn't just a total monster and deserve to be put down. There was never a moment like that for Deku. Midoriya was always like, I'm gonna take down All for One. There was never that moment of introspection of like wondering like, is there anything else to All for One? So the fact that you make Deku all of a sudden think this about All for One, it, I was at a loss. I'm still at a loss, man. This is so bad. The more I think about it, the worse it gets. The Shirakumo stuff I didn't like either. Oh my, it's just so bad. And then, oh, bro, I don't know. Like, how did My Hero get here? Like, we had like Shigaraki was supposed to be one of the best villains. He was going to be a generational villain, man. You read My Villain Academia, and like you see, wow, this is like gonna be the best like one of the best villains, bro. And then his conclusion is relegated to 2.5 pages. What are we doing, man? I, I just I don't know. This video is probably all over the place, like, but that's pretty much it. Like, I don't know what else I can talk about. That I hated the whole chapter. Oh yeah, and then Bakugo pulling up, like, this man's like pretty much like half dead, and like his arm is totally fucked, by the way. Like, there's no coming back from that. And he comes in and like hits Midoriya with a blast to get him closer to Shigaraki. Like, bro, and like to harken back to not only two heroes but also with Deku's pose at the end of Heroes Rising. It's like, dog, like, I get Horikoshi loves the movies and he wants to make them, and he's made a point that they're canon. But, dog, please don't harken back to them, and please don't make me remember that they're canon. Because every time I have to remember these fucking movies are canon, it actually hurts me a little bit inside. All right. Oh my god. Okay. Well, this is probably gonna be like, this might be my most unhinged video I think I've ever made, but it comes from a place of sadness because I saw My Hero when it was at its peak. Like, I read, I watched the first 3 seasons. I I read everything else, like, up until PLW. Like, so, and then I watched the decline happen in real time, man. And I've watched the manga get worse over and over and over again with each fucking creative decision that Horikoshi has made. The story just gets worse and worse. I don't care what anybody says. The story it's not what it was. My Hero is just not what it was anymore. And yeah, My Hero is in the gutter. And I don't know how Horikoshi is going to wrap this up. I see this ending in like 3 chapters. I saw somebody saying like, oh, probably 15 chapters for resolution. I could very well see this ending in 3 to 5. At this point, the way Horikoshi is writing this, like, the fact that Shigaraki's conclusion got relegated to 2.5 pages, anything's on the table now. Like, I personally think 3 to 5 chapters we're done with My Hero, and I can finally close this chapter of my life, and I don't have to experience this pain anymore for not being able to get off this roller coaster anymore. Because I know everybody's gonna say, "Oh, why don't you just stop reading? Just stop reading." But I can't because I'm too invested now. Like, I was too invested. I needed to see how this shit ended, and bro, this is worse. This is worse than Naruto. Look, this is worse than Naruto's war arc. Never come to me and say Naruto's war arc is worse than this. Like, no. My Hero's war arc is terrible. The second war arc for My Hero is terrible. It has been terrible from off rip, and this chapter just solidified it for me. All right, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Like, if you like this video, like, please like it. Uh, like, comment, subscribe. There's probably gonna be dislikes. I've accepted it. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I'm gonna talk to you guys next time, where hopefully I am not like angry about this, and hopefully I'm talking about something that I like again, and not something that brings me pain like My Hero. All right, talk to you guys next time. Bye.